Have you ever gone to the bazaar wanting to insta-buy an item, but before you go ahead and insta-buy the item, you realise that it is a ridiculously high price? Now, some people don't notice this at all and just instantly buy something for way more expensive than it should be. After all, if you regularly buy the same item off the bazaar, why would you double check what the price is? And honestly, situations like this are just getting way more common recently. But why? What is the cause of this? Well, quite simply, it's market manipulation. This can also occur on the AH. However, on the bazaar, it's a case of buying out pretty much all of the stock that's remaining on the bazaar, and then relisting for a ridiculously high price. I've even come across this website which basically outlines all of the items that you could potentially market manipulate. This page shows you all items with below 30 sell orders, sorted by risk. And while market manipulation itself isn't a form of scamming, it's definitely very murky. On the AH, people usually prey on people who just aren't really knowledgeable on the market. And for the bazaar, I guess they just prey on people who aren't really that cautious and aren't going to double check the price, as they do manipulate very common items. Market manipulating to make a bit of profit could even be considered clever. And at the same time, I guess other people probably would consider it scamming. But it's 100% a grey area. However, the market manipulations we see on the bazaar a lot of the time, it's not just one person wanting to make a few extra coins, but something way more sinister. Maybe it's IRL trading, or maybe it is just straight up scamming. But before we go into the video any further, if you are planning on purchasing anything from the Hypixel store, make sure to use code NITROS, it gets yourself 5% off. Also, you should subscribe to the channel. If you watch the videos and you haven't subscribed, please make sure to do so. You should also join the Discord server, it's linked in the description of this video. We offer slayers and dungeon carries, so if you need carries or want to carry and make some coins, make sure to join. Now you might be thinking, how could manipulating the bazaar actually be used in IRL trading? I'm sure many of you have watched this video by Kekafari that was uploaded over a year ago with over 2.7 million views. Now he actually managed to profit hundreds of millions of coins just basically preying on the IRL traders. It's plain and simple. If Hypixel detects that there is a certain account transferring a lot of coins to many different accounts quite frequently, that's going to get flagged up and potentially they'll probably or may even get banned for IRL trading, and that would be right. IRL traders have to become a little bit more creative. So they use bazaar manipulation as a way of transferring coins to people who buy coins. Depending on the amount of coins that the consumer buys, they'll essentially be told to list an item for really expensive on the bazaar with a sell offer. The item that they're told to list will usually be an item with low quantities, so that it's relatively cheap for the IRL traders to buy out the rest of the market in order to transfer the coins to the end consumer. So if you do see an item that is ridiculously expensive on the bazaar, then it could be IRL trading, it could be someone trying to make a few extra coins on the side. But there's also something else that it could be, and it could just be a scammer. I received this message through Discord and I guess it kind of explains what's going on. New scam I'm seeing where people in the hub say first person to buy 64 of something cheap, like dandelions, and bring it to me gets 100 mil. But if you go to the bazaar, they manipulate it so a stack of something that costs 50k will be like 50 mil. And they try to trick people into buying it. And that is most definitely a scam. While regular market manipulation for the cause of just making some extra profit is, like I said at the start of the video, is relatively murky, it's definitely a grey area. I don't think it's a scam because you aren't manipulating people into actually buying the item. Market manipulation kind of contradicts that. But you're not tricking people into buying the item. The item is there, they can see the price themselves, them not checking it is kind of like, you know, it's your own fault. But if you're then actually manipulating people in chat and giving people an incentive to go and basically get scammed in return for coins, then that most definitely is a scam. It's another one of those situations where you just have to use your brain, and to be honest, that is just way too good to be true. If you ever see something that looks like a bit of a scheme in the chat and you're kind of interested, you know, there might be some incentive, some coins, you just have to actually think, who is actually doing this? And majority of the time, just don't do it because you're going to lose something, item or coins. Now, if you're ever just combing through the bazaar and you see items that are market manipulated, then majority of the time this manipulation doesn't last for a long period of time. People might try to undercut the people who are market manipulating, but at the end of the day, items on the bazaar are listed relatively frequently, even if they are relatively in less demand. And the price eventually normalizes itself in a matter of minutes. But it's 100% something to be aware of. Now, on the auction house, it's kind of different. Most items that are market manipulated are items that aren't really obtainable anymore. But the difference is on the auction house, majority of items that are market manipulated are quite expensive, and if you're buying an expensive item, then you're probably going to do a bit of research into the item. Buying, for instance, a 450 million coin skin isn't something that you're just going to quickly insta-buy without actually looking over other prices of items. And don't get me wrong, people 100% still fall for market manipulations on the AH, however, it's just nowhere near as prominent as the Bazaar because most people don't think about items that they buy from the Bazaar. It's just going to be a quick right-click, click, and you bought it. And that's why so many people get caught out with the Bazaar market manipulations. And to be honest, just in general, market manipulation sounds too good to be true. If it's something that you're doing just to make a little bit of profit and you're not scamming people, if someone said to you if you buy these items from the Bazaar to a point where there's not many left and you just relist them and people are actually going to buy them, you kind of laugh at them. But when you look into it, it does make perfect sense. I know market manipulation has been around for a very long time, and like I said before, probably quite a lot more prominent on the AH, but now it kind of feels like every time you go into the Bazaar, there's something just not right. It seems like there's always one thing at a given time that is being manipulated. The amount of times I've just been playing Skyblock and someone in guild chat has literally just like pasted that they've bought like 10 diamonds for 250 million coins or something stupid is just kind of sad to see. And sure, you should be more vigilant yourself, but the people doing it is probably not scamming for the most part unless you're actually being scammed. But it's so scummy, I've got to say. Clever, but not very ethical. Decided to ask my Discord server what they thought of market manipulation because I feel like people are going to have different opinions. Some people may think that it's perfectly fine. Other people might think it's an outright scam. And I guess the majority of people are probably going to think it's scummy but not a scam. But we'll see. The first response was a W, so I guess this person thinks there's nothing wrong with it. Another Q thinks it's scummy but not scamming. Slipped also thinks it's scummy but not scamming. D thinks it's scummy but fine because it's a game mechanic. You should always check the price when you buy. I agree. I do agree. The most cringe thing you could possibly do in Skyblock. Fair enough. Lex Battle thinks sad to lose 400 mil when trying to buy crops, and I can feel that pain. That doesn't sound fun. I feel like if people were going to market manipulate, then crops are probably a pretty good thing to do so because, well, especially when you paste crops onto a plot on the garden. I mean, surely you're not going to check the price at that point. Surely not. Code thinks if you make profit, it's good. If you lose money, then it's bad. Put me in the vid, please. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I guess so. I'd be here all night if I included all the responses, but I haven't seen anyone said that it's a straight up scam. Majority of the people are under the impression that it's scummy but not scamming. And there's quite a few people who have said that they've almost been caught out with Bazaar market manipulations, or they have been caught out. And I also think the consensus is, at the moment, there's a lot of market manipulation going around, especially on the Bazaar, so just watch out for what you're buying, because it's crazy. Let me know what you think of market manipulation in the comments. Anyway, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.